Are we ready? Are we all ready to die?
Yeah! Airship crash!
Bang, boom, bow. Muffins, you want to start us off with the recap? That was absolutely posted timely.
Boy, howdy do I. Session 26. The Phantom Freighter. Freighter, not freighter. Sorry.
Could be the freighter. We could name it that.
Nah, I'm pretty sure this is freighter, in that it was spelled that way.
Yeah.
We resume in Somrel. Alvarol has some concerns about how life continues going on in a town when all the horrors they have witnessed took place just a few days' ride away. Our soon-to-be heroes spend the night in a suite, or rather, in a dimensional safe house cast within a suite. The next day, they regroup around breakfast and prepare to set out for High Keep. The first couple of days on the road are uneventful, so unsurprisingly, as most usually are. On the third day, they encounter a military patrol. Pleasantries are
I
exchanged.
implied and made
That
this.
night, they made camp with a small group of farmers. Israel talked to some of them with lots of questions, and shortly thereafter began a crash course in Economics 101. Demirius spent the night telling adequate stories. Overall, the two groups are warm to each other and share food, fire, and friendship. Aww. During Israel's watch, he attempts to extend an olive branch conversation with one of the farmers' group who is also on watch and is clearly unsettled by the goblin. It works, and they do chat for a while. Muffinita passes her time on watch with string games, but also plays a vanishing trick on her counterpart. Alvarol discusses road conditions and such with the older man on watch during their shift. They also explain how Israel is in fact the most decorated of the group, something which I think we all need to take a moment to fully contemplate the implications of. Alvarol also warns the farmer about the dangers past Salmo. The remainder of the journey goes smooth, and on day 5 they make it to the big city. The gate guards point them in the direction of the castle and ask for the guild chapter house location. They ride up to the castle and are immediately turned away because who shows up with a cart? Really, guys? Did we forget how this works after less than a week on the road? The group puts it in reverse and beeps their way back out and pay for 2 nights at a nearby stable. On their way back to the castle, on foot, they are stopped by a gnome trying to sell them a map. Alvarol has history with this gnome and manages to get the map for free while also securing lodging for the night. Our soon-to-be heroes make it back to the castle gate, and after floundering for a bit to communicate their business, they are eventually allowed in, minus their goblin entourage. Israel stays outside to babysit. Upon entering the guild office, they are greeted by a halfling. Alvarol asks about temporary passes for the rest of the group and flusters the halfling. Muffinita cuts in and introduces the group as being from the Ashbourne chapter, and the halfling brightens up upon hearing. They have been waiting for the group. They will schedule a meeting with the queen for tomorrow, and until then, they are free to do as they like in the city. Meanwhile, Israel and the goblin gang go to a jeweler's store and are treated very rudely by a jerk-face of an owner. The party regroups outside the castle and then split up once again, with Alvarol and Muffinita heading to the inn, while Demirius and Israel go shopping. But not shopping for items. They go shop for a way to get rid of the goblin squad. They head to a nearby temple, and Israel manages to get the goblins taken in as a means to getting them civilized. They'll be taught to read, do basic math, and other wonderful things like saying hi to hygiene. Groups at the inn, and the good news about the goblin trio is shared. There is much rejoicing. The next day, they arrive for their audience with the queen, and apparently an entire throne room's worth of nobles and military types. They kneel before the queen and are beckoned to stand, for they are as equals on this. Apparently, saving the country from war is a pretty big deal, so good job, everyone. They are rewarded with cash monies and a new freaking airship, which is insane! Normally you have to get the boat first, and the airship's only unlocked towards the end of the game for cleaning up all the side quests and that kind of stuff before the final boss fight. Our soon-to-be heroes are grateful, and are then escorted to lunch. NC.
Our valiant heroes, after days of travel, wary of the scenes that they have seen, get to finally enjoy some luxury in their life. Is there, at this lunch, where you are seated with the Queen, Brillavant, is there anything you wish to discuss with the Queen in this more private setting?
I believe somebody wanted to discuss something with Brillavant.
Was it me? I can't remember.
Probably was you.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. I'm pulling up my notes. Sorry.
I don't think I have notes about what it was because all that it was is you made eyes at them during the ceremony, as in, hey, want to
Then
follow up on stuff.
he acknowledged it or something like that. It's
Oh, we wanted to debrief on everything that happened in Gavany and kind of without setting the world on fire, alert of the potential of a world being set on fire is I think what was the goal of that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And to be
That
like,
tracks.
there's something even worse afoot than what we just took care of.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm working on something really quickly and I lost track of time.
Is this the setting you wish to bring that up?
Is there anyone else here?
No, it is. Well, there's a spattering of 6 royal guards that seem to entourage the queen, but they're not necessarily next to the table. They're at the outskirts of the, balcony seating, open air balcony that you're having lunch on.
Are we eating soup as a first course?
More of, yes, I would say these are more courses. It's probably a good, easy 5-course meal.
The reason I ask is, should somebody just wait till the queen has like some soup in her mouth and just be like, so everyone in Gaviland is dead in a field?
Jesus Christ.
Because, I mean, who doesn't want to put, or rather, who doesn't have make a royal figure spit take soup on their bucket list?
I like surviving the things that are on my bucket list, if it's all the same to you guys.
Just as a suggestion.
Yeah, give me a second here.
Well, we sent news to
The guild.
the guild. You'd think they'd send news, but we haven't found out if any news have been sent back, right? That was one of the things you talked about when you were at the...
Correct. They hadn't received any notice for you.
So are we all sitting at a table, like, in line? And how many people are here?
It's a round table. It is
Okay.
the 4 of you, the queen, and Brillavant at the table.
Okay. Man. I posted a thing in the general chat, which is what was...
Did you draw that?
I did, yes.
Damn.
Let's see here. Let's
Wow.
see if I actually-
That is...
We're official. We've traveled by map.
That is... I love this. This is...
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm pulling my map up.
No, I did trace over the...
Oh, okay. I was like,
No.
wow. I'm like, I want to pull this shit up and to see how accurate this is.
I'd hope it's accurate. I traced over the thing. But I added the label symbology and stuff like where we got in the pirate ship fight off of the coast of Ilsad, the symbol of Orcus right outside Gavany.
The zoom in on Shiraj, I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what I was distracted with, and I couldn't.
Hold on,
figure out what we were-
I want chat to see this. Look at Van and... Oh, wait, that's not how I do that. Hold on. I actually got to put it in this window. Look at this map. A+.
Look
Van.
at this map.
You gotta keep going.
That's it. Look at this graph. That's the vine. That's the only thing.
Such a good map, Van.
Thank you.
Let's see, make sure that's finally correct. So they're both chain shirts.
And plus it's fan art hype.
Fan art hype.
There is
Um,
0.
Anyways, now that I've gotten
Pick.
that out of the way,
Avril's at the lunch table going, look what I drew.
nah.
Hang on, let me Where'd you put it?
In the
In
general chat.
General chat. Okay. Oh, I can't zoom in on it. And do you actually show it? Like
No,
to the
he's
whole
just-
table?
Oh no, I was working on that before this session, which is why I was a little late because I was lost in doodling.
Oh no, that's fine because I was gonna have a very fun segue into what Muffins had suggested, which you
We're-
did.
Were we referring to the queen as Queenie Bee? I'm not crazy, right? That was the nickname?
That's the nickname that you selected
Okay.
in the
Making
Muffins
sure my
Chronicle
notes-
or Muffinita Chronicles.
Just making sure my notes are proper and complete.
Proper and complete are not necessarily correct way to describe those if we're calling her Queenie Bee.
Proper and complete.
Um,
Oh, I wouldn't know that. Yeah, no, I would want. We'll wait till we're back to the table.
I'm here. I'm engaged. We're at the table. It's a private audience. It's the party. It's the queen and Brilvant.
Correct.
And it's
that's
just us,
And
aside
some
from
soldiers.
the cards.
and some
And
soldiers.
some soldiers.
Yep.
Okay. Because, yeah, I wasn't present when you guys heard that about the news, so
What news?
I would, or lack thereof news.
Oh, yeah. You were not.
So I'm gonna 100% ask that. So, did you guys did they ever send word, get word to the castle about the massacre? Was it Gavany?
Yes.
At Gavany? No one's told me anything about that. And I'll be blatantly out loud.
I
feel
Brilvant
like
audibly chokes on his food, where the queen holds her composure a little bit better.
Demarius will kind of like grip his eating utensil, like white knuckle, and say, I think next on your list of lessons will need to be tact and timing, Israel.
I don't know it. I've been told I don't have any of that, but I was always told that sooner is always better than later.
The queen
Israel,
sets her utensil down and goes, "What about Gavany?"
my lady, how familiar are you with the incident months ago, the earthquake months ago, in Gavany?
We supplied the clerics and paladins to investigate the tome that was taken from there and the ongoing research of the catacombs underneath. What about my people?
Since that incident, it has come to pass that a member deep within the Guild of the Dragoons has been a turncoat and has, through great personal sacrifice of ourselves and members of the guild, the tome that was found underneath has been stolen. And to our understanding, is probably being used to weaponize some kind of necromantic acts. Unfortunately, as a part of this, the town of Gavany has been ravaged, and the population has been, to my best guess, sacrificed as a part of a larger ritual of some sort.
I see. And what proof of this necromancy do you have?
Well, the entire populace of the village had been... When we got to Gavany, it was sometime after Ellie Von Duck is the operative's name, had stolen the tome and made her way out of the city. When we got to Gavany as an attempt to follow Ellie, the populace of the city were in a field nearby, arranged in a large symbol of Orcus. The catacombs underneath the temple, which had first been revealed to us as a part of that earthquake, were filled with several items which I believe to be phylacteries for Gregor the Bone Chiller. Gregor himself, his body therein anyways, was also decapitated.
She considers for a moment. Did you take those phylacteries?
Well, yeah, I think we packed them away.
Yeah, they are. I think they're in the clubhouse.
A clubhouse?
He means the magical storage space.
Yes, we maintain a extra dimensional room for our travels.
Oh. You're just full of surprises. Can we?
Thank you.
Can we? We should. Well, we should see these phylacteries. Yes. I do believe that would be wise. I've never seen a phylactery before.
I mean, they're not really fun to look at. The phylacteries are broken.
Can we interest you in a piano?
Make sense motive on this
Yeah.
reaction?
Brelevant seems wholehearted. Honestly, he doesn't think he's ever seen a phylactery before.
He's gone from derailed to intrigued.
Yep.
Okay.
He is a scholar-esque kind of individual.
If you're all right, I will stand up and I'll move to the nearest wall and I'll put the door on the wall.
Whoop. Door.
Open the door, walk inside. They'll see kind of what I consider Mark 1 of the clubhouse. It's just some cots, some chests, and the phylacteries on like a couple of shelves.
So, bringing the phylacteries to the table, they're taking an interest. Some of the other guards in the room are kind of like trying to look from where they're posted, not daring leave their spot.
Before I remove the phylacteries from the room, is there any kind of like latent energy that might be here? Like, I'm in a room with the queen. I want to make sure that we're in a clean room, you know?
Give me what would be the best check for that?
Did we take the poison
Just do
shrubs?
detect
Because we should
magic on it, right?
keep her away from those if they're in there.
Yeah, detect
No.
magic would definitely work. I would take an Arcana check as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's latent magic, but it's not.
It's like inert.
Yeah, it's things you would expect someone of her stature to have.
Oh, like I just want to make sure that this thing's not going to go off, you know.
As a phylacteries,
Something.
you don't.
Yeah, or
The most you can detect and forthcome from the phylacteries specifically is just like the dull residual necrotic, magic that was there. Nothing out of the normal.
okay. That makes sense. I feel better about presenting those now.
So as they're looking at it, and Brelevant is intrigued and looking them over and just astonished that these are just basic items.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Most phylacteries are kind of hide in it. There's a methodology.
Oh shit.
There's a practice to hide in plain sight. Is also the phylacteries need to have some sort of sentimental value to the caster. Typically, those things are common sentimental items.
Which the queen goes, relevant. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this small photograph. This is. Well, I think it is. This is Ezriker Irongrove, correct? And Brilvant kind of takes it and is looking at it real close and he goes, yes, Your Highness, you are correct.
Right, Scott. Who's that?
Oh, well, he was a champion from, hold on, I need to grab that name of that
Yeah,
nation.
slap those names in the proper nouns in that chat, boss.
Yeah, no.
Give me the words, Bo.
He was a champion out of the Republic of Grid. Hundreds of years ago.
Wait, there's a country called Dirt and Filth?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you said the Grid, the Republic of Grid.
No,
That's-
Grid.
Oh.
So, this champion was. I'm going to knock out a knowledge history to see if I know Ezriker Irongrove.
Exactly that. A champion of the Republic of Grid. He fought in many campaigns. He was thought to be undefeatable until after one campaign, he just vanished. No body, no nothing. The whole shebang. Valor, honor.
Okay. Do I have a time frame of when Ezriker vanished and Gregor started to prominence?
Irongrove vanished probably about 420 years ago prior.
Nice.
And Bone Chiller came into prominence with a decade or two after his disappearance.
Okay.
So the timelines would line up.
Yeah. Ish. Not a smoking gun by any sense of the word. Well. At the mention of the Republic of Grid, I look over to Demarius. That's where we have to get you, I think, correct?
Yes. I think so. Pretty close. Somewhere in that area. The details are kind of vague.
Oh, where is this Republic of Grid?
Far, far away. opposite
Hey,
side of the map.
yeah. Hey, Wholesale. We haven't talked about this. Is this world a sphere?
To your knowledge, your teachings, yes.
So we could go east and get there.
No. It's a big world.
Do we have the map pinned anywhere?
I could have swore I gave it to you guys somewhere.
I've got the map open
you
right
get-
now.
Is it this Galorian one? That's the thing. Is I
It's
don't
at the
think
top
it's
of the
pinned.
handouts.
Yeah, I thought I had it.
Yep. But that only covers
Gotcha.
snow.
Yeah, so like, are you saying that the map that we have right now is not
Just the
extent?
area.
Oh Jesus, you've given yourself a lot of work, sir. I commend you for that.
It's fine.
world-
We are skipping 90% of this.
The world is in fact a Klein bottle shape, guys.
Oh, that's confusing. I hate that. I hate that. All right.
I mean, if you want to go east, you'll just go to a different landmass eventually. I'll have to come up with a new map and a whole new story, but you can fuck off from this place if you want.
You have given yourself so much work.
I mean, we just got like 25,000 gold in an airship. We can just go retire now, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, if you want to go live your quiet life as an apothecary in a small town on the edge of the world, I'll build a
Yeah.
game around it.
I can't wait for there to only be a world for, I don't know, maybe 6 more months before it dissolves because we let the necromancer go do whatever the hell he wanted to do.
That's enough time to learn to play the piano.
That you know what? That's what I've always liked about you. You really know how to look at the positives.
Even for a goblin with small hands and possibly one less digit.
If anything, that might make piano playing easier.
I mean, small.
Small hands, big fingers means accidental key hits.
Oh, say that when I.
But to answer the
accidentally
question-
hit my piece.
Demarius,
Oh.
you're wanting to go
I
to
specifically
the country of...
want Shirk,
Correct.
which is in the Republic of Grid.
No.
No?
Nope.
Oh.
No.
The temple you're
Wait.
looking for.
Sorry. Yes, the temple is in the kingdom of Shirk. But it was rumored that the staff was taken to the Republic of Grid.
All right, I think we're both on the same page here. I was just going off of older notes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, was the staff that you need.
So it's kind of like going to the temple to like find it and confirm its location and stuff, and then hopefully find clues of what happened to the staff.
Okay. Okay.
Shirk as in Shrek spelled wrong.
Oh,
Well, isn't that one? Wait, hang on. I'm trying to zoom in on this thing. It's being very compliant.
Unless I've been
No.
spelling it wrong.
No, I've got it as SRERK.
Cirque?
Cirque? Cirque? Well, that's like midway. Grid's on the way far side, and then.
I have been.
Well, I'm sorry, that's the.
Well, it's good to know because I've been spelling it as Shirk since
Okay, we got the Republic of Grid, we got the Kingdom of Cirque. Cirque?
session 10.
It's all right. I realized that I had you listed as a human in my session 1 notes.
It's fine. I get that a lot.
Just a
Anyways,
more beautiful humanoid.
Basically. I didn't inherit the halo like my other brethren.
so
Bravo.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not part of the Halo Bros.
I guess, well, that's, I guess, concerning. My prevailing theory about the situation is that because the phylacteries have been destroyed, they are trying not to resurrect and utilize the powers of Gregor, and are instead have channeled his raw energy to do whatever happened in Gavany and whatever on. But I'm pulling at straws here. My only other thought as well is if they even missed just one phylactery, Gregor, in theory, could come back.
Wait. I got a question.
Yeah?
So, with the phylacteries, they could go back to any one of them?
It's my understanding that you kind of split. Alright. Imagine that you've split yourself in two, and you have one half of you that's walking around, and the other half of you is in a rock. Now, imagine doing it again. Now, there's a third of you walking around, there's a third of you in a rock, and there's a third of you in a key. And essentially, by repeating that process, you, split yourself up enough that there's still enough to walk around, but as long as there's one portion left, you can reform. That's my understanding of the study, anyways.
So there's just little Gregors running around? One little Gregor every time he breaks himself apart?
No, as in, he's got one... It's like he's got a big collection of rocks. It's like one Gregor and a bunch of rocks.
Okay.
And as long as they... And they broke a lot of rocks from Gregor. But if there's even just one rock out there that they didn't get, there's a chance that Gregor comes back.
So, my question is, if you just collect one rock, and you break all the other rocks, don't you functionally have him entrapped? Because you know where he's going to come from? So
It's not a bad thought.
So maybe they're using it as a methodology of not letting him run away. Or they just killed him. Again.
Yes.
And again. And again. Or at least a portion of him. I guess hang on. Actually, he's keeping himself from being very confused. Or would that be... We'll go with intelligence. Okay, no, he's a little lost. On the whole concept of you saying... You've broken yourself into portions and they're rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to imagine his entire existence being ripped in half and stored half of it in a rock.
Yeah.
And not coming to the conclusion that his body would be half the size.
I've never been phylacterized. I can't say.
Well, I'm just saying in a certain sense, out of game in this sense, it's a portion of your soul and essence is stored.
Yeah.
But not actually your physical body is not ripped in half and then half.
No, for sure.
But he's not understanding that concept. Because you just literally said you just rip yourself in half and then put a part of it in a rock.
Yeah.
And then you do it again. So he's thinking every time he's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Like mini Gregors.
Mm-hmm.
But then the rest are all stored in rocks, because he understands the whole horse going into a statue.
Yeah.
That's kind of how he's making that correlation. So you got Gregor being literally the size of an action figure in his mind. And a bunch of rocks.
Make some notes here.
I can't wait for a gang play Small Soldiers.
Yeah. So you meet Gregor, you're just you find this tiny little person and pick him up, and it's what do you think you're going to be? I am the greatest necromancer ever! I was right!
My name's Alvaro, leader of the Gorgonites.
Little
All right.
small-
Anything else you wish to discuss on your end with the queen?
We went on a pretty big tangent there. I don't know if we got her entire take on the situation.
It's dire.
Does the Kingdom of Sylvania have any relations with the Republic of Grid? Or history?
No more than everyone else. They don't believe in impartiality to magic. They police it thoroughly. And when ancient artifacts or powerful magic items come into play, they do what they can to get their hands on them to remove them from play. I've never been. We don't have trade relations or anything like that, but every decade or so, we end up with some of their Templars in our nation seeking some item.
When you say policing thoroughly, is it like...
You're aware of the policing thoroughly. You've been alive and around long enough that casters are not rated second-class citizens, but they are marked clearly so the common people can know a caster from someone who cannot.
Good to know. My question was, what do they consider magic? Do they consider divine sanctioned ordainment like Demarius has as magic?
You actually know this as well. You know, to entering the nation grid is a little easier, but any of the prominent cities, it is very rigorous to get in, especially their capital, where to enter without any sort of, we'll call it branding, they have to be basically get a visa from their church. Then they can circumvent the branding specifically under religious exemption. But the church has to want to take you on and responsibility for you. Where other casters don't get the opportunity for that.
Okay. One more question, and then I'll turn it back to the table because I'm bogarting the microphone, and I apologize. What is the policy around airships? Like, can we like dock this thing at most major metropolitan areas, or
some capitals? It's city to city, nation to nation. Some cities require if you're going to bring cargo in, there might be a tariff you have to pay or a tax. If some cities have airship docks specific or fields that have airship landings. Now, you have seen an airship or two.
Okay.
Where they're far and few between, in theory.
Are they commonplace enough that they're not going to get shot at?
Do we have to file a flight plan?
Yeah, that's a good point.
No flight plans have to be filed.
The FAA, the Fantasy Aviation Administration.
There has not been a FAA.
FFAA. Fantasy Flight.
There has not been one established because they're not that commonplace currently.
Okay.
A nation like Slovenia having a single airship is not unheard of. One having multiples is rare. Now, there are mercenary groups or adventuring guilds or bandits that might end up with something that resembles one, but that's even more rare.
Okay. Those are my questions.
And you know, airships require a very unique skill set to pilot.
All right, I lied. I have one more question. Do we get a crew that comes with this airship, or are we going to have to crew it ourselves?
Are you asking the queen that or yourself?
I'm going to ask the queen. It's like,
Well, on the topic of a crew, the previous crew that was piloting was commissioned under contract, but considering their contract is up, since we no longer possess an airship, I am more than happy to introduce you to the captain, and you can make a decision if you would like to hire them.
I would be much appreciated. Thank you very much.
She kind of leans back in her chair, beckons over one of the soldiers. Go fetch Captain Stormwind. I believe she's still around. Yes, Your Highness. And away he goes. She then looks at a lot of you and go, I did promise her at least an introduction, since she's now unemployed. Anyone else before the captain shows up?
Nope.
Errol, you also do know that with an airship, it's a very prominent status symbol. It will draw attention in most places you go.
I guess subtlety. I'll say that we weren't really good at subtlety before.
Well, rolling around with a goblin.
Hey, I hide very well. If I don't want to be seen, I'm not going to be seen.
True.
No more comments or thoughts from me.
Israel, Demirius, Muffinita?
I'm good. What are we eating?
Do you think that the captain and the crew would be opposed to a few divination background checks?
I don't see why she would be. Considering that she went through our rigorous background checks on her.
We're a little slow to trust after our unfortunate betrayal in Ashbourne.
Understandably.
Wait, so who would be in charge of the crew if, like, would it be us? Or are they still part of your kingdom?
Again, they were under she was under contract, and she handled the crew herself. So if you follow our contract that we had with them, she reported to us, they reported to her.
Okay. So, next question. I'll direct this more towards the party. How are we gonna pay for them?
I have some thoughts around that.
Does it involve the idea of giving them free use of some of the cargo hold to make their own way?
No.
Well, that's kind of what they did in a little bit when on the ship I sailed over on.
Oh, okay. I guess Muffany just decided that this is an evil campaign now. For shame. I have some ideas, but at the very least, let's hear what their rates are.
That's fair. I mean, like, I don't know if they're a merchant crew, so they wouldn't not know how to do mercantile trading. But that was an interesting one when the boat that I came over on. They would basically get a portion of it to pay their own way.
Mavis says, "You think they could get a Tesla or Tesla sponsorship?"
No, I prefer my airship working.
I don't know if it was a hot airship.
Hang on. The DM's got to roll damage for how much fourth wall breakage that Mavis just committed.
Avril, if you wish, you can roll an appraise check. Just have in the back of your mind what an airship crew may cost. You think it's pretty spendy?
Okay, when we say spendy, how
You're thinking
not to play
800 gold to 1,000 gold a month.
800 to 1,000, and this is a crew of like how many?
It would be a full crew. That would count captain, first mate, and probably a crew to man any weapons you wish to put on it, and so somewhere from like a 22 to 32 range of a crew.
All right, I think I can make that math work. I have some ideas. I don't want to take everybody's time just playing Infrastructure Week. But I want to talk to Wholesale at some point because I've got some thoughts.
Just write up a proposal in the downtime.
That's what I'm working on, essentially. I've got there's some irons in the fire that I have for a couple of different things.
Notice I added a strongholds and vehicles tab because I know this is coming.
I listen. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I'm sorry.
About this time, the guard shows up with a woman dressed in blue, in similar fashion as any like military-esque captain you might see. Hat in hand. She average height, a slight point to her ears, and she approaches. You went by Bronzegarde, correct? The queen asks.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Bronzegarde, this is Captain Alara Stormwind. She was the captain of the airship that was just rewarded to you previously. She bows and goes,
Hello.
"Hello."
I am Israel of the Bronzegarde. This, and I'll point to each person in sequence and give them all their due course in namings and nicknamings.
I would like you to give that discourse, please.
Oh, okay. This person over here, I'll gesture to Demiris, is Demiris, who forgets things. And then we have Averol, who knows things. And then Muffanita, who enjoys food things. And then yours truly, I enjoy shiny things. And I think you might know the queen?
I am familiar with the queen, yes.
But she enjoys kingdom things. And then Brelevant, who enjoys many things. Although technically those last two are not part of our group.
It is
noteworthy.
It is my pleasure to meet all your acquaintances. I'm Alara Stormwind. I can't say I'm a captain anymore because, well, I have no ship.
I mean, to my knowledge, you still can be a captain. If they're a military rank.
I am not part of any military.
Oh.
But I can tell you, my crew is hardy, hardworking, and they know better than not to follow orders.
We are looking to take on your services, but it probably behooves us to inform you that doing so would put you in dangerous waters, potentially.
What ship doesn't face dangerous waters?
That's fair. Just
I'll
wanted
lean
to
over
get
to
that
Muffin. Aren't we going to be flying in the sky? Is there water in the sky?
Yeah, it's called rain.
I pause, shoveling food in my mouth, look to you, and just sagely nod, and then resume eating.
Is it dangerous? I suppose if we fall into it, it's from a great height. Huh.
All travel can be dangerous, sire.
Wait, is it
We face
just
different
me as
dangers in the
sire?
skies. You can come across wayward spirits that happen to be in the air, to a dragon landing on the front of your ship. And God forbid,
this
if
and
we
more.
happen to
Next
encounter, another airship in the sky, far and few between, mind you, but it is possible.
Are there sky pirates?
There are sky pirates, my lady.
Dragons. Have you ever seen a dragon before?
I most certainly have.
Are they scary? All the books say they're scary, but they
They-
always look so cool.
They can be scary. But nothing a few ballistas can't help.
What's a ballista?
It's a really big crossbow.
Oh. Well, that sounds fun.
Anyone else has questions for the good would-be captain?
Captain, if were we to strike an agreement today, how soon would you be prepared to set sail?
Well, considering the Queen ordered a fresh coat of paint on your new ship, I would say tomorrow evening. I'll rustle up my crew and get them to work as soon as we're hired.
I, looking at the rest of the team, look one final check for any sign of, hey, don't do this.
Oh, don't do what?
Don't hire the crew.
Well, I mean, we don't
Why?
really know the crew, but I'm assuming when she says her crew is... I'm just gonna put out a sense mob and assuming there's no deception.
She has not
She's earnest
deceived,
in her...
to what you can tell, she has not deceived a single thing.
Okay, so she seems earnest. Got it.
I miss terms of contraction.
We haven't discussed the specific terms, but
No, at this point we're just saying how soon could we if we do. And we've
Well, I
been
mean-
assured of tomorrow.
I definitely hope that you would have the good sense to not hire them without knowing how much it would cost.
yeah. But this is it's an interview panel. Then we talk brass tacks. Do we like them first?
I think she's trustworthy.
Yeah, basically, when we're done here, we tell her, thanks for coming in. We're conducting interviews for the remainder of the week. We'll get back to you by early next week with an offer.
I hate it.
I hate it here. Well, I'll look at the captain and it says, well, we would like to know your official rates for chartering.
Oh. Well, on a day-to-day basis, we don't typically just hire on for a few days. You understand our reasoning. But hiring us on a monthly basis, you can see her doing the numbers in her head. About 400 gold a month. That allows me to take my portion and pay the crew appropriately.
Does that include cost for supplies?
That does not include the cost of supplies. That, if you wish us to handle this provisions and the supplies, I would recommend providing me a bit of petty cash. Of course, I'll get receipts so you're understanding what you're spending.
Understood. We can operate 400 a month in a petty cash fund for supplies and everything. Are we good with that?
I think it's fine.
Cool.
If you do make eye contact with me in game to ask, I will just thumbs up while I continue eating.
That's fair.
You little monster.
You okay?
Well, my cat decided to get adventurous and jump up and kind of flopped, and then claws came out. So it
Israel just had a small stroke for a second.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. In which case,
To understand
Yeah.
the provision, my crew will provide their own provisions, their weapons, their ammunition. The provisions that I ask that you, as hiring us, provide is essentially room and board. We'll sleep on the ship, obviously, but we do have a fantastic cook who will be happy to cook the meals.
wonderful. I'm personally going to want to watch him cook for at least a little while.
Odd request, but I accept it. Can't be too cautious.
Oh, I could cook with somebody? New recipes? Does he like spicy food? Is it even a he? Maybe a she. Maybe an automaton. I've heard of those things, but I've never seen one.
He is a he. We call him Cookie. He doesn't have many words that he says.
It's pretty normal that they named the cook after some kind of food. The last guy on the last ship when I sailed over, his name was Burrito. Still don't know what that is.
What's a burrito?
I don't know. They used to feed us these things wrapped in, it's not bread, but it's like bread, but thinner.
Fascinating.
Yeah. That way you can kind of put whatever you want in it. Like, it's kind of like a whatever they can cook shoved into this very thin bread wrap. And then they pour the spicy stuff on it. Called, sriracha. I think. But anyways, I digress.
Well, unless there's anything else that we need to consider for you to make your arrangements, if there's any kind of contract or anything that we need to sign, please have that ready and we will do so. But we'll go on for the month to start with, and we'll see how things go from there.
I'd like to ask one more question.
Yes, sir.
Do you personally vouch for the integrity of your crew?
If not, they'll have a sudden drop.
I'll nudge Alvaro and be like, I like her.
I understand that. Although it's kind of a very long drop in comparison to other ships.
Well,
I don't pity fools on my ship. They know their place, they know their role. As long as they're paid and treated with respect, they'll have no issues.
I ain't getting
if
on no
you-
airship, Alvaro. I ain't getting on no airship.
Now, if you have agreements with any of my crew, please bring it to me. I will address it immediately.
Well then, it sounds like all of us have some preparations to make. We shall... Where are we staying? Anybody remember?
At the inn that you number 3.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
The Noble Moon Inn.
Yes, it was in my... I've got a lot of notes going on right now. Yeah, we are staying at the Noble Moon Inn. We can expect to meet you there tomorrow afternoon if that's enough time to be prepared.
Is there any specific provisions you would like me to get?
Can't say I'm familiar with what an airship needs.
I
meant more specific provisions that you request to have on your journey.
I'm gonna
Jerky, a lamb, concubines.
Demarius,
Yeah.
spit take.
Have you never had lamb?
I can't remember.
Ooh. Personally,
It's really good.
You haven't stopped eating this entire time. I'm gonna personally, Alvarel's going to say yes. Insert here, so that way I have reliability to call back to it. He's like, oh yeah, I remembered to ask for that because nothing comes to mind right now.
I will come by this evening with the contract. I will go wrangle up the crew, and we'll start getting the provisions required.
Wonderful.
I'll bring you receipts for repayment on that, on the provisions.
I look forward to your services, and this will be, I hope, I hope for as little excitement as possible.
She bows and goes to turn to leave, stops and goes, there's one thing of note that I should bring up. This ship has never been outfitted with weapons.
Is that a concern that it is incapable of, or it just hasn't been?
Has not been. We weren't a military ship. We worked under the royal commerce, per se.
What would it take to potentially get this vehicle militaristically ready?
Armed.
Well, it does have bays for 6 ballistas.
Out of character, those are 500 gold apiece.
Oh, Jesus.
How much is in our party fund?
5K.
I can spring for.
Yeah,
One.
I didn't spend anything out of the Queen's budget yet.
Alternatively, we can make some modifications and get to occupy 4 larger weaponry. But those can be clunky and cumbersome and require more crew to man in a conflict.
How about we just... could we buy 2 here before we leave, or is that not a thing that we have the market available for?
I'm going to go and say ballistas are not really worth thinking about in terms of investment. We would be better off trying to board and killing everybody on board than to fire ballistas and get into some kind of dogfight like that.
Okay.
Based on past experience with siege weapons in a Pathfinder campaign.
Good to know.
Are you talking about my catapults?
Yes, I'm talking about your fucking catapult.
I didn't know there were fucking what hill giants that could catch rocks.
Besides that point, the ballistas fucking missed every goddamn time.
I got the crew that Scruffin would give me.
And they only do 3d8 damage. They're bullshit.
New game, new feelings.
Anyways,
I don't think it's worth getting bogged down in getting ballistas because we're better off just boarding and taking over the ship and then having 2 airships.
yeah, I don't know if that's how that would work.
What about arming the ship with extra weaponry for it? Like the idea of having a gun. You call it a gun crew, but it's not really a gun crew. But like extra crossbows and stuff, so that they're not taking time having to stop and reload, sort of deal.
Let's just duct tape a spear onto the bow, and then we can just use that to try and crash into their airships' sails and stuff.
Well,
Right? Yep. Spear. Totally.
I hate this idea.
I will forego the siege weapons. I will set the provisions. She bows and makes her leave.
Well then,
So,
my lady, this has been a most marvelous feast, and you have been kind beyond comprehension. We have much work to do to prepare to travel and take revenge on those who have sought to do you wrong, you and your people wrong.
Sorry, just out of character. When did this become a revenge quest?
I think you're the one who started it.
Yeah, but like, officially, that is not what we're doing. We didn't even go to Gaviland to
We're on a
chase down
fetch
Ellie.
quest. What do you mean? Wink, wink.
I thought we were going to Shirk to go find the staff of the Wayfinder, to go find the thing, so that in preparation for this, of whatever's happening. Am I getting too far ahead of us?
I think the plan is we were just coming to High Keep to get a reward. We did not have any next set of action
I
determined.
think that we were very loosely along the idea of possibly trying to find and exact some sort of revenge on Ellie, or to capture her to help with the guild leader.
Right, but there's no like hot lead right now, save for the only one thing is Demirius's let's go find that staff of the Allfather or whatever it is.
Wayfinder stick.
And
The only other thing but she did also recognize the photo of the champion from the Republic of Grid as one of the phylacteries.
right, so we as a group would need to have some kind of discussion of what do we want to do now that we've right because we got up today. We're gonna go meet the Queen. Oh, surprise! We got an airship. Now we figured out who's gonna fly it. That's all we got. There's no
Yeah.
like.
Now the whole world is open to us.
I assume this
Yeah,
conversation is happening as you're leaving the castle at this point.
No,
Yeah,
this is out of character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Clarification, because Vance twice now said stuff about revenge on Ellie, and like I'm pretty sure that's not like the.
I thought that was like you. I have specific notes of you being like, "We got to go hunt her down and like chase her."
Oh, my character wants to, yes, for sure. But as collectively as a group, that is not what we're here in High Keep as part of currently. Just to be clear. Oh, and on a side note, wholesale. Did I ever get a hold of Ellie's recipe book?
No, you did not.
Damn it! I was going to call the play Just Desserts because I was going to fund my revenge on her.
That's good. That's very good.
Got it. Got it. I get it.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but also I would feel very weird about, hey, here's the only airship in the kingdom. Sucks about your people, though. Deuces.
No, I'm not suggesting we actually go and retire. I'm just saying, like, we as a group, once we have left and gone back to the inn / into the clubhouse, have a lot of discussing to do around what exactly are our next steps.
So why don't we discuss that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I just wanted to clarify because you have told the queen twice now that like the sole thing we're doing right now is revenge on Ellie.
No, using flowery language to be like your people will be avenged. But I am very familiar with corporate environments as well, and I did not promise a timeline in anything that we just said.
Okay, fair enough. I just want to be sure.
Per my last email, we're getting to it when we can. I think that is but I do appreciate you calling that out. That is a very important thing to say because I haven't signed us up for anything.
Because to my knowledge, she hasn't even given us any kind of directive either here.
No, she was just curious about the phylacteries. She identified the photo, and showed that connection, and then made the connection with the captain. And it didn't seem like she had any kind of directive for us either.
Yeah, so like
she didn't want to.
We'll probably potentially never talk to Queenie Bee ever again the moment we leave from lunch.
I mean, she is a contact now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like she's gonna call her, right?
Well, now that you've put that spike nugget into the world.
We don't even have a phone.
We have crows.
We don't even know what a phone is.
Wait, does this thing like have a like a mini rookery?
The ship?
Can we rooker birds?
No, because you need the point of a rookery is that it's a stationary location. If you put a rookery on a boat, they'll never find it again.
Holy, this thing actually does have a ram attack, guys. It is a sky trireme.
I hate that idea so much.
There is.
Please ram something.
In a certain
I would love that.
That you could magically attune a crow's, because all birds have that magnetic like sensory, so they kind of know where they're supposed to go. Yes, you can train birds to go to specific places. That's fine. But what if you just sort of magically attune them to a ship that has basically like a magic signal? So the bird's always aware of what direction it needs to fly to get back to the ship.
I mean, in theory, it's possible. You have a caster. You have two of them.
I'm just saying, as a methodology of being able to have like a messaging system, so you don't have to constantly go from town to town to town to town, and rely on ground mail to rookery mail, back to ground mail. Granted, you're gonna have to spend time like getting the birds kind of attuned to different locations so they know, but
I don't think we need to investigate this level of communications capabilities.
So
Okay.
anyways.
I have no further questions for the queen.
nope, I'm good.
Have we gotten to dessert yet?
You've been eating this whole time. Dessert happened.
Oh, I'm aware. Oh, okay.
It was a full 5-course meal. Started with soup, then some appetizers, then salad,
Dessert was
then the main
pound
course,
cake.
and then dessert.
Pound cake, which you ate 2 pounds of pound cake.
So, we're at the Noble Moon Inn now?
Rilevant does escort you out of the castle and walks you out, so you have any opportunity to speak with him privately while you're walking.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll ask him, what are you up to now in all of this?
I was requested to join for your visit. I will be heading back to El Sad to continue our diplomatic relations.
Good luck with that.
Yes, Duke El Sad, he has taken an interest in the Druid Conclave and building relationships with them. And it's warming to see that a relationship is being built on after such a rough start, we could say.
Say hi to Leland and Ted for me.
I absolutely will. I do have a trip planned to the Conclave in the near future.
Nice.
Do you have any? Is there anything about Cirque we need to know about?
It's cold. It is mountainous. Their main mode of transportation that they use going up the mountains is large rams. I could do some quick research and get back to you before you leave on your journey.
That would be great.
Consider it
I
done.
appreciate that.
Where are you staying?
Well, here in the castle.
Ah. I'm thinking. And how long will you be here? Before you have to leave?
I'll be here for another few days before I leave.
Are you busy tomorrow?
I have a few meetings. Why do you ask?
Well, there's some things I kind of want to talk about. Pick your brain.
I think I can squeeze a little time in for you, Israel.
Ah, I would like that. What would be an opportune time?
Well, why don't where are you staying? I will happy to come meet with you. Let's say mid-morning.
Okay. Was it something moon in?
The Noble Moon Inn.
Noble moon.
I will come by.
I will be waiting. And if not, I will become available.
Anyone else wish to speak to Berlevant about anything?
Nope.
All right.
I'm good.
He walks you to the castle gates, and you are free for the rest of the day.
We are at what part of day?
I would say early afternoon. You're right there at the gates.
Did we need to do anything other than outside of going back to the inn and having our
people need
discussion?
to shop, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
I do not.
No, I'm good.
Well, two of you need to do your quote unquote shopping that you sent me your lists on.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I suppose I do.
Yes.
So I suppose they meet up at the inn in 2 to 3 hours. That'd be reasonable for.
Unless you
the
wish to
amount of time
travel as a group.
we can. Depends on how many people need to go shopping and how many people don't, because.
Do we want to? Words. What are they? Are we interested in trying to hunt down a bag of holding for the group?
I don't see why we would need one of those when we've got the
because
clubhouse.
the clubhouse is not always available.
Okay. What does a bag of holding run these days?
Grand?
2,500?
I believe so.
2,500 for type 1.
Why do I remember that?
And then it's, and then it's 5,000 for type 2. So
Probably only need type 1 because if you're trying to only keep things that you need to have immediately accessible.
I assume you guys kept the phylacteries? Or do
Yes.
you- okay.
Absolutely. No, those things are in like a check-in, check-out system.
Plus, we wouldn't want like someone to catch wind that they are at High Keep, and then
I assume such,
3
but
months later,
being the good GM I am, I thought I would ask.
good, quote unquote. And then are we okay? So 2,500, and then are we okay with getting the 2 wands of cure light wounds?
Yep.
But keep in mind, we do have to actually 400 gold's nothing that I can fund that out of pocket. So yeah, good with that.
Okay.
The piano alone will cover the first 2 months.
True.
If you
More.
sell it,
Do you want to find somewhere to sell that, Muffinita?
Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's do that.
Can we confirm what the cost is?
Still no.
Because I feel like I did some legwork on.
What was that legwork? Remind me.
Where did I post that? Is it in the loot?
I think we came to the conclusion that on average it would come to. I know we settled around anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 in real life money.
Was not in loot.
No,
I'm scrolling up in the loot channel and I just saw the whole Ocean's 11 tirade we went on. I love it.
I just did a search in loot for piano, and it's not there.
Maybe it was in general.
I know I took physical notes somewhere.
I could have sworn I posted in one of the channels a whole thing about exchange rates to establish.
Well, we did because I talked about it extensively through that whole session.
But I mean, I thought I posted it in the actual chat somewhere. Maybe just search USD.
Okay, here we go. So we came to the conclusion of cost between pianos, or cost of like how much gold equates to, gold to ounces, and then how much gold equates to the current price of gold in our time to the current price of what an average piano cost, and it came down to $100,000 translated divided by the cost of gold at the time of it, relayed to 77 gold, 8 silver, and 5 copper.
Which seemed incredibly low.
It did.
No,
Well-
okay, here's what I did. I looked at the price of a short bow and then the price of a bow on Amazon and got a factor of 10 difference, meaning 30 gold is 300 US dollars. So 3 gold is 30 USD. 1 gold is 10 USD.
Okay.
So you would take the price of a piano and divide by 10, and that's what it should be in gold.
Well, then it'd be 10,000 if it's a $100,000 piano.
Exactly.
The argument was we had to decide on what the piano was. We knew it was a nicer one, and then I believe we came to the conclusion they can be upwards of 150 to 250,000 for the nice to really nice brand new pianos, grand pianos. So I believe we said it was a grand piano.
Right, and I was of the mind that we should probably settle in at around 4,000 to 5,000 gold for the piano. I think that's a fair net.
Yeah, because it would have come out way higher, but we're expectations versus because you're trying to hawk it, so to speak. How often are you going to find? Here, you might have a good chance of finding a place that makes pianos, as rare as they are, or they at least make and maintain instruments.
So wholesale, is that an okay get? Could we get 4 to 5 grand gold?
It's probably worth that. That's a fair amount.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did the actual translation of our version of gold, not how you did your translation, but in real life if we wanted to, based on current.
The factor of 10 makes sense based on food prices being in the coppers and silvers.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that's right. I mean, in a certain sense, you're ideally buying a quality item when you're paying for it that much. But the reality in real life would be is getting a bow of comparable value in our world versus theirs would be in the silvers still too.
To answer your question though, Wholesale, I would love to spend the rest of my time this day trying to find somebody to buy a piano.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll go with too, just to see if I can help diplomacy for better ability at selling.
Sounds good.
Are
Are we leveled yet? I need to put a point in linguistics.
You have not. Okay. Are you separating into different groups or all sticking together? That's what I need
Who
to know.
wants to go on Team Piano Adventure, apart from me and Israel?
I think I have to go with you because it's in the clubhouse, right?
That's fair.
Yes. You are correct.
Demiris,
boy.
are you going to... Well, Demiris can't say something. Poop louder if you want to come with to shop.
It's not a guarantee he's pooping.
You're right. He could be suffering from bulimia. In which case we need to have a talk. He did say I'll go with in the message. The Discord. Not like I can shop when they're doing all this.
See, he's pooping. He has his phone.
Fair.
All right.
It's entirely
I need a
possible.
knowledge local, or two people can do it together at advantage, unless it's Israel, who's not from this land.
Amazing how I get discredited.
I don't. A knowledge local is actually not one of the ones I have.
I have knowledge local.
You can roll a knowledge local if you're a yokel.
Boom. I don't have any points in it, but I have it.
I believe Avril is assisting.
Yes.
Go and do it at advantage.
Woohoo! Can't get any worse than that.
Okay, I didn't. There we go. All right. Through some just minor questioning of some people in the vicinity, you do find someone who does sell musical instruments. You are here, and you need to. Nope, I want this one.
You sure? Final answer?
That's not the color I want. Okay. And you go there for a music shop.
Oh, here?
Correct.
Okay.
Who wants to roll a d20?
I'll do it.
Yes, perfect. Yes.
Matt, you started saying that before I even rolled.
Well, I was
That's
hopeful
because
that the thing
It's
that
less impactful that way.
all of them but one have a giant meteor crashing into the planet.
incidentally that meteor is not 15.
Final Fantasy style.
But you know what 15 is? Chamber
Chamber
pot.
pot.
No, you're in a much more civilized city.
roll a reflex. Doesn't matter where you're at. This poor guy. He could be sitting in an outhouse and still have to roll to reflex a chamber pot.
All right. While you are walking through the city, are you being all stealthy and stuff, or are you...
Actually, no, this time, because I have no reason to.
Nah, there really isn't a reason to.
Right. Oh, I need Levi here for this. Well, walking through the city, you do take notice someone standing out. Someone standing 7 feet tall with a great sword on their back. The thing that stands out most about them is they have a canine head.
What I probably would have needed to roll.
Oh no, you see him. He stands out.
Well, I get that in the sense. Does he have any other markings on him? In the sense of like
Oh, yes.
heraldry. Symbols. A decapitated head of an animal just sloughed over the back. What?
They do not. It does seem that they do have a symbol of a deity.
Okay, I mean, I guess they're just sticking out. Is there anything ominous going on around them?
No,
Okay.
I'm back.
they have like a shoulder pad that has kind of a bird with a very long tail feather.
Are they looking at us?
No, they're just walking through the streets.
Nothing to read into there.
Yeah.
I sense motive their presence.
You
They are earnest in their existence. In that
They-
they exist.
They truly
Not only
believe
do they-
exist.
do you sense just an unyielding good nature? Thank you.
Did someone ask for the IP?
No. You can do a knowledge on them and
Knowledge what?
identify what type of creature they are.
Ugly nature.
Kind of creature, I said.
I ain't got that shit.
Knowledge
planes?
planes.
Is it knowledge planes?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god!
I don't have knowledge planes.
What
I
this
got this.
Famous last words.
symbol
What the fuck? Why do you have a +8 in knowledge planes?
Cause fuck you, that's why.
Apparently.
I've seen things. I've been to places you can't comprehend.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
what the symbol looks like. Handouts.
Pretty gay.
I was about to say, you can't say that, then I saw the picture.
Both Ruffinita and Avril, you know this to be a Hound Archon.
That's actually a really pretty picture. I like that.
That's what they look like in this universe. Cool.
No, that's the symbol that's on his shoulder.
That's the symbol that's on the armor.
Sorry,
No.
I came in halfway through this conversation.
No, there's literally an armor-clad bird standing
7 feet tall.
7
I mean-
feet tall.
I know Hound Archons is like giant mastiffs in like plate armor.
Basically, this one's not wearing plate armor. He does.
Okay.
He's walking bare-chested except for a single shoulder pad
Yeah,
that's
I bet he
strapped to
is
him
that symbol.
with flowing, multicolored, like kilt almost.
Play, Queen.
Don't say that. We're in the capital.
He didn't say the. It's fine.
Demarius, you do sense the pure, unadulterated divine energy from him.
Damn. That seems like a very good boy.
Can't say that. That's diminutive against dog folk.
What's the name of this creature again? I'm actually
Hound Archon. Hound, Archon.
Yep. Thank you.
Otherwise, you
And
can
the symbol?
continue on unhindered to
Alright.
the music store if you don't wish to stop.
All right, hang on. Nope, I surprisingly keep myself in goodwill check. Oh, that's a pretty bird.
You say that out loud?
Well, yeah. I have no reason to hide it. And I'm pretty sure with that perception as high as that, I saw it.
Oh, yes, you definitely saw it.
But I wasn't immediately like, oh my god, what is that thing? And I'm sitting on his shoulder going, what are you?
You do catch his attention for the briefest moment. He nods his head and continues on his way.
Ah, okay.
So mysterious.
Hey, you should close your mouth. Water's coming out.
You don't know what faith he is part of, but you do know that
He's brimming with it.
well, actually you wouldn't. You didn't roll a knowledge planes, so never mind. You just know that that creature specifically is radiating in the divinity of whatever god he serves.
Not messing with that. That's for sure.
All right, on to the music store. You enter the store, and it's very well put together. There are music instruments plentiful, from pianos to cellos to violins and lutes. And a very female elf is manning the store, seemingly alone.
Hello. Would you like to buy a piano?
Hi. You're selling a piano?
Yes. Step into my office, and I just elaborately gesture to a wall.
While
yeah.
looking at Averil.
After a moment of doing this, I look up, realize nothing has changed. Then I look at Alvaro and I say, ahem.
Oh, yeah, yes, I apologize. Right this way.
Whoop!
Whoosh.
Oh my lord!
That's the sound of a door opening.
She follows very, tentatively and, nervous. And looks in, looks out, looks at the wall, and goes, peculiar, but follows in.
Here, let me do a performance roll. So what I'll do is say, and if you think that was neat, who knows, maybe this piano is magic. And I'll jazz hands and then disappear.
We should have thought this plan out a little bit more.
She
Made this pretty fun.
does not take this well. What are you doing? No. Absolutely not. No. Get out of my store.
Wow, that worked out pretty terribly.
Yeah, I genuinely can't see how she would confuse that scenario with kidnapping. It makes all the sense in the world to me that we were trying to sell her a piano.
Perhaps we bring the piano out for her to look at.
I think we
I would
do
like
change.
a diplomacy.
I'm gonna not partaking in this stand in awe of God as she just comes. I'm assuming storms out, or does she even go in?
She ain't
Her
even
own
made it
story.
through the door yet of your.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with. I was like, well, since that fell flat on its face, so no, we legitimately do want to try and sell you a piano, and maybe they'll bring it out. Be a good idea. Yes.
Is she? I'm only getting in position to move a piano if she looks like she's entertaining the idea.
She's entertaining the idea, hesitantly, but entertaining the idea.
I'm already moving to the piano to just push it out because
Okay.
I'm already tired of these shenanigans.
She would have nat one on keeping her composure on all that.
Oh my god.
It's almost like scaring people you're trying to sell to is a bad idea. I say to the nothingness that is next to me.
I appear and just start muttering, try and make things look fancy. No one appreciates it.
Well, we'd probably appreciate it more if we actually planned this out in the sense of presentation is everything. You just literally made a hole into potentially darkness and said, "Here, step in," and expecting nothing bad to happen.
All right, as you
As
bring
a
the piano
person
out,
who's literally
her
been kidnapped before.
as you bring the piano, her nerves calm down, seeing that there is an actual piano. What were you hoping to sell this piano for? As she starts inspecting it.
I assume we came to the conclusion of its appraisal cost via actual.
5,000 gold was your guys' appraisal cost on it.
Well, and yeah, we would present it as saying it's like we've come to the conclusion that around these things usually go for upwards of 5,000 gold to purchase.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm,
you want?
Did we discern on the price in the sense of before we start haggling?
Hold on, can you please retcon that you just claimed 5,000?
What do you want me to claim?
It would be more. We confirmed that we would be able to get
Oh,
about
that's right.
5,000 for it, meaning that it would be
About
typically
10.
sold for whatever the markup is.
Is there a piano on display, like a floor model?
Yes,
Does it happen to have a price tag on it?
it does not. Do you want to roll an appraisal on it?
No, I was looking at it more like an angry negotiation tactic.
I can.
I don't care. I don't particularly care.
Yeah. Yeah, there's where it actually pans out. But you could also correct me, too, because you're the one who did the research. Muffins. Muffinita.
Yeah, you can't pin a amount that piano would sell for, the one that's on the floor.
Can I with that?
Your appraisal doesn't necessarily get you a gold point on how much it's worth, but you can tell that yours that you're presenting her is nicer.
Good, that's what I needed.
Avril, you peg that specific piano that she's selling is not as nice as the one you're presenting, valued at 7,000 gold.
Okay. I will at the cost at the discussion at the entrance of the price point into the discussion. I will. I'll say I saw that you had a piano for sale already. I believe that this is a finer model. We've kept it quite well, and made sure that it maintains its Sorry, I'm trying. I'm trying here. I'm also just a little distracted. My apologies. Essentially, I'm trying to get at. And this is a nicer model. I think that it would be a good thing to add to your store. And I give the. I'll like look at Muffinita and say that this is probably one of the better pianos that I've ever seen in person. No offense to your store, but this was recovered from a noble in El Sad.
Oh. She goes looking for the marks of who the maker was. And she searches and searches and goes, well, it must be a custom piece. You still haven't answered on what you want for it.
Well, we would.
I'm going to lean towards Muffinita and Israel here. Only good at numbers and facts.
Well, we came to the conclusion that you said it was sell for 10,000 muffins. Like to actually buy one of a comparable price.
So I only know that the one they have is not as nice as this one, and that generally somewhere around that, 10K is what I think or believe that this would be worth if we were to like go and buy it.
All right.
I'm going to interject for 2 seconds for implies joke. Sell it at wholesale prices.
Boo!
Yeah! Woo! Nice one, implied. I appreciate you.
We'll set it out, offer it to the. We'll start at the 10,000 mark.
What? No.
No. It's. You want to start out high, and then they're going to offer you.
Yeah, so we start at like 6K.
That like when you start out saying 6, I'll be like, you start with 6 and I cough a little bit, like the whole 7, try and swing you a little higher because I'm not gonna like talk out negotiation tactics like right in front of her.
7. We'll start at 7,000.
Deal. Would a writ to the gold standard be sufficient for you to take payment?
Averill would know more about that than me.
I'm assuming so.
Yes, it's the
gold standard.
It is the banking system throughout
Yeah.
most of the world. She goes, can you just set it right there? And she points to an empty spot. And she goes off to the counter to get you your writ to get your money.
I want to sense motive her response, her acceptance.
You are so distrusting today.
No, well,
what you get from that sense motive, she thinks she can get minimally double 7,000 for it, if not more.
Damn.
jubilation.
I will chuckle.
And she returns with a writ that is addressed for 7,000 gold from the gold standard. Who do I need to make this out to?
Would they wouldn't accept the Bronzegarde as like an entry because it's not like a legal person, would they?
When you're at the bank, you can make it a legal organization.
Okay, I just don't want to do this wrong and suddenly we've got a check worth of 7,000 gold that we can't cash.
No, it'd be made out to one of us at this point, so it'd probably be best said to whomever is actually been to the banks more frequently, which would definitely not be me.
To Alvaro Nassau, please.
Spell that for me, please.
Nossseau.
And she pens it with her quill and then hands it over.
Wonderful.
And if you're in the market for any type of instruments in your future, I'll tell you what, come see me. I'll give you a very good price on it.
That's a past life, but I appreciate you nonetheless, and I'll take the door down.
Bloop.
Goddamn business conclusion. I assume we go out and continue our shopping. Of any other items we need to parse out.
Bag of holding.
We have parsed out. 2 wands. Okay, so I suppose can we ask that? Is there a magic shop that would have said items?
Are we all good to just put that 7K direct to the party fund?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I suppose we should stop at the bank to find out if we can actually establish our group as a
Organization.
LLC.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you finished at the magic shop. Or magic shop. Music shop.
The magic music shop.
Possibly a little bit of both.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine so.
Wholesale, can you unpin the 2023 1211 loot pin in the loot channel? It's like hella long and makes me have to scroll forever. And it's not really pertinent anymore.
Boom. Done.
Thank you.
I got you, boo.
Okay, so there's a party coffers thing. That's just general loot. I'm going to start a new tab. Call it the party fund. Because we going to get riggedy wrecked. Not that kind of party. Cash on hand. So we have, that's 12,000 gold currently.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope, I didn't want that. There we go.
And then I'm just going to track the items and then the cash count as we spend. So we're getting a bag of holding. That's what, 2,500?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And then
these
2 wands.
all those items are easy to find in this town. It just takes a little bit of time.
Okay. I figured they would be. But how easy do we find them?
Fairly simply.
Sorry.
I assume
Did
you
you
could
say-
get the wands and the bag in almost the same place. Okay.
And it's cure light wounds.
Yeah.
How much are those each?
I believe they're 750.
750. Nice. Cool. That leaves us with 8 grand in the party fund.
How many charges do those come with?
50 when they
Okay.
created.
Oh, excellent, Smithers.
And so you're getting one and I'm getting one.
Yeah.
Who's gonna carry the bag of holding?
Suppose I could, since I'm kind of the person with the highest carrying capacity or something.
Okay. It's gonna be really funny knowing we're just walking over to you and just shoving things into a random sack on your belt.
It's fine.
Nah, it's pretty funny in that sense. It's just imagine walking over with like a long sword and it's like, this is nice, we should keep this to sell it. What? But, all right, cool. I suppose then we can just head back to the.
I figured you make your trip to the bank to establish
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Bronzegarde.
group, and then any forms of. I assume we would get a medallion or something to denote who we are for withdrawing.
Yeah. But I figured that that's a. And we went to the bank and deposited this money and established the Bronze Dragoon as a guild. Sorry, the Bronzegarde as a guild.
LLC. Just all your run around takes the rest of the afternoon. I do want one more D20, please.
Give me 1 sec here. Oh. I think I did this right. Or is it? Is the slash before the roll?
Yes. Slash R 1D20.
Oh, just R.
You can type roll as well.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't like that, so. There we go.
And nothing occurs throughout the rest of your trips. Peddlers peddling foods and clothes and jewelry. Everyone trying to get your attention to come purchase things, especially since you're still traveling around in your nice garb.
Oh, I changed out
When did you change out? Oh.
immediately with my magic item.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna play with mine since I assume I've accrued them in this little trip.
Yes.
Oh, did you get a set too?
Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah.
100%. Are you kidding me? That sounds awesome.
Levi, you and I discussed when you will be able to get your one item, and Israel, you and I discussed when you're going to get your one item.
Yes.
So,
Totally. Yep.
you both will have to stop in the evening of the following day to pick up those items.
Correct.
Perfect.
As a placeholder, I might need to do some retroactive shopping based on some conversations that I want to have after the session or
Okay.
like outside of the session.
Okay.
So if it has to happen, it happens here.
Okay. And then back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you,
Sounds good.
with the evening, as you walk into the inn, you do take note of a familiar looking blue coated half elf along with a dwarf with her.
Is this Captain Stormwind?
That would be exactly who it is.
Oh. Good evening, Captain.
Oh. Hello. We were just enjoying a pintful waiting for you. The nice owner of this establishment said that you weren't back yet.
I apologize. Hope you didn't have to wait for too long.
Oh, we kept ourselves busy with good drink. But let me introduce you to my first mate. She gestures to the grizzled dwarf with her. This is Grimbeard Stonehammer. Aye.
Can I get a clean read on that name again? Grimbeard Stonehammer. Thank you.
He's not dressed to the same 9 as the captain. But on his hip, there is a battle axe hanging off of it. He's wearing half plate mail and with the clear insignia that he is the first mate.
Delightful.
I took the pleasure in drafting up this contract. And it's a very simple parchment stating that they will be employed for 1 month's time, possibly longer if they prove useful. There is a clause in it that if you are going to cancel their contract, you will return them back to Sylvania or provide funding for their trip back.
Okay.
And that they will be paid 400 gold for the month.
In wage.
Correct. And it stipulates you're responsible for all the provisions and would supply the quote-unquote room and board.
Okay. Anything standing out as like gotchas in the contract?
Nope. It's very
Cool.
straightforward.
All right. I will sign the contract after everybody else gets an opportunity to read it.
I don't wanna. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I'll pull out my new spectacles and put them on and read through it. Let's see here. What is that when it comes to? That's going falls under linguistics.
And what do the
I'm just kidding.
spectacles do?
Actually, it wouldn't matter at this point because it actually is.
Whoa.
I'm assuming it's written in common.
Yes.
I
So-
made my will save. I actually do read it.
Nice, but it's a real contract in the sense, so there's no need
Yes.
for me to actually go that far yet. So, but I will just do it as a fun little show. And since it's written in common, it just reads common, and I just am giggling. And I'll pass it along. They help with detecting forgeries.
Oh, did you also get a set of spectacles of understanding?
Oh, hell yeah. Are you kidding me?
And it all
I got
seems adequate, accurate, nothing hidden between the lines.
I guess a breakdown of all of it, so now we know how many crewmen
Yep.
and how their parts are being paid.
It doesn't say how the crew is being paid specifically, but that you are paying 400 gold to pay for the crew.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the job of the quartermaster.
No, that's fine.
We're paying them in quarters?
We're paying them in 400 gold. How they want to deal with it is up to them.
No. We're paying them in quarters of a master. So we gotta find
Is this-
masters, quarter them.
Well, this means that we just found somebody with 3 phylacteries.
So we have 3/4. We have 3/4 of a master, assuming there's only 4 phylacteries.
Well, no, 3 phylacteries.
I'm never going to try and explain anything again.
As the document is signed, she rolls it up and seals it with wax and her Stormwind signet ring, hands it to her first mate, and goes, "Please go deposit that under Bronzegarde and us at the gold standard." And the Grimbeard nods his head and goes, "Gentlemen, my lady," and shambles off. I am eager for this relationship to work. Captains are a little lost without a ship, after all. I will continue making sure the provisions are taken care of. Your ship is parked outside the Red Shades ward. When can I expect to see you to examine your new property?
I don't know about you guys, but I want to see the new toy.
What time is it currently?
It's early evening. The sun's just starting to set.
Let's
We'll probably-
go.
Yeah, if we have enough daylight, I want to.
We don't even need daylight. Just pull out your magic light staff. Let's go.
No, that's a good point.
All right.
All right, she leads you. She nods her head, puts her hat on, and out the door. She leads you through the streets, out the Red Shades ward. As you pass through this area, you notice that it's higher concentrations of guards. So it's like the main barracks and training grounds for the guards are over here. There's a small fort right here. And out the gates, you see stables to your left. And you find a colossal, magnificent airship. It is red in color. It is perched on 4 legs, and from the front legs in a half, or more like a 3/4, 2/3 circle, it goes up and around the top of the ship, and in the back of the ship, same concept, except a little bit smaller or larger of a circle. She starts to explain, this is your airship. Obviously, you can rename it to whatever you wish. Under our Royal Majesty, it was named Save the Queen, but obviously, rename it. If you want to rename it and have it painted on the side, I need a little bit of time, so tell me now. It is a magic propulsion ship. We do have 3 engineers on the crew to be able to keep it running. As she leads you around to the back, you see a drop-down ramp as some provisional cargo is already being loaded onto it. And you see some crew milling about, along with some castle workers, touching up paint and cleaning it up. There is 3 decks.
2 decks,
2 decks. Yep.
according to your notes.
Yep, I was pulling up. There are 2 decks. The underdeck houses the crew quarters and your cargo hold. And then there's the top deck where the weapon placements would go if you decide to get any, plus the captain's quarters. And then, would you like to board the ship and examine it yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
I'm going to post the concept image.
I fail my will save. The moment I get on board, I run off to explore on my own.
That's probably fine. I won't have any bad repercussions.
This is the concept image. She explains when the ship takes off, the rings light up with magical fire for the propulsion.
Oh, like a wing jammer. Or like
I
a
like
spell
my artist rendering better.
It's a good artist rendering.
Do you like the 4 legs that are actually like bird legs? Because
I do.
It looks like a crab that's trying to throw a bologna log.
I mean, that's what it's gonna turn into now. Thank you.
New ship name, the Bologna Crab.
Let's just
Whoops.
redo these.
Is there anything particular that you're looking for on the ship while you're examining it? We'll start at the top of the list. Israel.
I I had to venture a guess, is there like how exact is this in its imagery into actuality? Aside from the rings, I know you and I
It's
talked about
fairly
it.
accurate. It's probably the bottom of the ship is a little bit longer because it does have that drop down bay for loading and unloading.
So at the very top, in the sense of the back, there's what looks like, I can't really zoom in on it, but it looks like a little
fin?
observational area, I'm assuming.
Kind of. It is more for like to replace a crow's nest.
Um,
So chat can see
is it
the concept image.
being utilized as a crow's nest?
Yes.
Like I'll ask that question in that sense. Okay.
She explains that is for navigations and keeping watch.
I mean, because all I need is just a very small relative area of retreat. I know we have the clubhouse, but I'm just gonna look around for
Demarius,
like a small area.
Yeah.
anything you're looking for? Well, checking out your new vessel.
I guess kind of curious to see how it's controlled.
As you start walking through the airship, roll me a will save, please.
What the fuck? This is a mind altering effect.
Yes. Well, not mind altering, but
Mind affecting
yeah, we'll go that route.
something. Okay, because I get a +1.
Okay.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I zoned out while I was drawing the crab.
I sent you something on Discord.
It does look like it has the appropriate number of spider legs.
But
Don't crabs have 6 legs?
No, they do. It's just
as you
they look wildly undersized by comparison.
travel through
to
the
the
airship,
boss.
you do find these.
I love how it has toes. It's beautiful muffins. That should be the ship's Jolly Roger.
But what's that? The back of the ship is what, aft?
Yes.
Yes.
You do find a big steering wheel. It is a fine wood with accented gold and platinum.
Damn.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and on a ship, you have the stern would be the actual back end of the ship. Aft
Okay.
is just the back end or going back.
Fucking hate you, muffins.
Yo, that joke is fucking gold. Deal with it.
I was gonna go with the wiener crabs, but hey, that sounds way better. Yeah, that's what we should do. We should just start up a airship wiener and crab transportation business. Sea wieners.
Ooh, not the PNG.
I know. The one time I don't want transparency, it gave it to me.
My Discord dark mode.
My
The
poor-
betrayal.
The betrayal.
Oh my god. Okay. That's good to know. Alright. Muffinita,
Yes.
what are you particularly doing?
Have you ever let like a 6-year-old loose in a furniture store?
No leash, and after hopping him up on sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. You're checking all the
Basically that.
things running around. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. That kind of thing?
Yeah.
Roll acrobatics to make sure you don't fall off of things you know you shouldn't be running on.
Not quite, but having seen these at afar, these are very different than what you've ever seen back in Gera.
Right.
Oh, feel bad. I'm all doing that all on the inside of the ship, too.
To such a degree, these ones don't feel like they're going. This one's not going to plume the dark, thick smoke. And it's more sleek and we'll call it sporty than you've ever witnessed. Avril.
To go find the engine room, or the equivalent thereof.
There isn't.
Actually, I lied. I would like to give the captain the honor of giving a tour if she had one prepared, since everybody else ran off.
The tour is minimal at this point because everyone just kind of zoomed away.
What would you like to see first? As she turns around and I'm the only one left.
Oh, that's expected. Not many of these are in the air. But she explains that there's no actual engine room per se. That the 2/3 rings are the propulsion, and their engineers are trained to do in-air repairs from harnesses and high lines if need be.
Fascinating. So this propulsion ring just is always on, or
As you look at it, it is in a dormant state. She does show you where the quote-unquote magic engine is.
yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
And the rings kind of meet into a centralized spot. And
Okay.
there's a small hatch. And as she opens it to show it to you, give me a knowledge arcana.
While you're doing that, just for my notes to confirm, everyone but Avril ran off to go explore once we boarded.
Yes.
Excellent. Carry on. Damn, you've been making good knowledge rolls.
It's what I'm here for.
You can't pinpoint the exact source of the power that runs the ship, but that core that's in there, you can feel the heat of the magic.
Now, is there any kind of magical interference that we might need to worry about with this, or is it an isolated system?
It is isolated for the propulsion. Now, if God's forbid that this were to fail, there is a single failsafe that is in place that basically will one time cast a slow fall on the ship in hopes that we don't plummet to our death.
So, just to be clear, I can practice my casting without affecting the operations of the ship.
Correct.
Okay.
Then she shuts the little hatch, locks it, and puts it back down her shirt. And then presents a key to you.
I do the same.
There is 3 keys. You have one, I have one, and our head engineer.
I will consider it guarded.
And because the risk of this, our head engineer, anytime they're off the ship, they are accompanied by 3 other people.
Well, fortunately, my 3 companions would fit that bill. So, when I step off the ship, I will endeavor to have the same.
And then shows the captain's quarters, which is a large single room. It has a single bed, some a desk for writing and whatever paperwork she might have had to do, along with a large navigation table.
Okay.
And some vague, like, flight paths.
Are these common skyways? Is that like a thing?
It's
I
ways
thought-
I
thought the
prefer to
whole-
take.
Oh, okay. Now, you mentioned before wayward spirits, dragons. Are they territorial? Are we trying to avoid that with some of
I
these
find it
paths?
best to avoid dragons when all possible. The spirits, not necessarily commonplace, but has happened. People lost at sea still drift upward. Our normal flying height will be about 1,000 to 2,000 feet in the air.
Okay.
But I would say the most territorial would be dragons, occasionally an arrowhawk. We can encounter air elementals or lightning elementals.
Fascinating. And assuming I'll just be throwing questions back and forth and talking about some of the weird intricacies of like running an airship versus a regular ship and maintain that conversation.
She answers the questions that she believes she has answers for. It's pretty similar to being out at sea, just in the air. She expresses there's less dangers for encounters of entities, greater dangers for weather. And explains that a heavy fog can easily add a day, or she's been held up by heavy snow or a thunderstorm. And coming out of the captain's quarter, she points up to a lightning rod on the highest point. We take certain medications. It's not always foolproof, but Mother Nature tends to do as she wish.
So, in this vessel, how long would it take us to get back to Ashbourne, for example?
She goes back into the thing, kind of. Let's see, how many miles is that? And she does some figuring. That would be about 350, 360 miles. 2 days tops, maybe?
Oh, this thing goes fast.
Out of character, or point of clarification.
Yes.
This airship would not have like stable style setup, right? For mounts.
It does not.
So does that mean we're gonna basically just statuify all of our mounts and just have a little shelf in the dimensional room of like take a mount, leave a mount
It's,
for when we
at
go
least,
off?
at least initially, that's kind of what we're relegated to.
They can.
I
Because we also have a cart. Are we just gonna ditch that, or
I would be more inclined to ditch it. Like, where would we want to go by mount that we wouldn't want to go by airship? Also,
there will be places we won't be able to land the airship, so we'll go to a town or city, land there, and then we would ride out to like a day's trip inland in a forest or something.
okay.
And then
You
you-
just go ahead.
Unless
You
we're
also-
gonna like learn how to rappel from this thing.
Also, the problem is having to scale places or overtly being in places where we would draw unnecessary attention or wantonness from bad things. Because again, we possess an object that's incredibly rare.
The cart would probably fit in the storage room.
Yep.
Or the cargo hold, rather.
So I
With
mean,
a-
it just
Some
it kind
minor
of-
modifications. They can create some temporary stalls for initial and work on, get the materials to build actual stalls if you wish.
Petrification of the mounts.
That takes Avril spell slots.
Yeah, that's a level 2 spell slot. And I only get 3 of those a day.
Yes, but to start at least.
I'm just saying that is the resource cost for this plan. Be that as it may. I just want to make sure that I've only got 3 slots a day.
Yes, but that grows over time too.
Not that fast.
I'm aware. I've exclusively played casters in Pathfinder until now.
Well,
I'm just saying we don't have to worry about stable stuff in the short term. That can be a longer term arrangement in that like we're not going to be grounded for like retrofitting the airship before we fly back to Ashburn, as an example.
Hi, Dana.
Make sense?
Yes.
By the way, Muffins,
That's all my clarifications.
Mavis likes your cute crab.
Aw, thanks.
what's the possibility of? Are you able to craft wands?
What, me?
Yes.
All right, you
I
discuss this
do-
plan real quick. I'm going to use the restroom.
Yeah, sure. I have craft wondrous items.
Okay, so what's the possibility that in the time spent in the air, we could possibly craft a... we'd have to collect the resource, but craft like a wand of whatever the spell is. The petrification or statuification, whatever we want.
It's Carry Companion is the name of the spell.
Yeah. That way, in the downtime when you have like days you're not going to be expending spells that you know of, you can just craft it. Or work on crafting one. That way you don't have to expend slots. You have an item that can do it as we need it. Because I imagine it's not going to be frequent. But that way you're not burning through slots if you need to worry about that for any reason.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was looking at. And actually kind of one of the things that I was looking at in general is because as far as I'm reading it, if I'm understanding it correctly, as far as like magic item creation feats go, they don't consume spell slots to make magic items. It just takes time.
Yep, because you're essentially crafting it over time, whatever the cost is for a craft check.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to Wholesale about is getting into that kind of market to fund some things that I'm looking into.
What the hell?
So, Van, are you opposed to the key in the credenza or to having a credenza at all?
No, we can have a credenza, but I would never let something get lost in a credenza.
Batteries don't even exist, but you bet your ass they're going to be rattling around in that drawer.
It's like just crystals, like from Skyrim. Just a bunch of charged soul crystal, like lesser souls that like have barely any juice in them.
Wondering if we should long term short term, invest in a rope of climbing or two. Long term, invest in winged boots or something.
I did consider picking those up. Probably.
I don't need no wing boots. I can run on air. Not actually. Actually, hold on. I can run on. When do I get to run on water? That's actually a thing that I get soon.
I mean, it wouldn't be a
Next
bad
level,
idea.
I learned to move while barely touching surface underneath me. As a full round action, I can run twice my speed, ignoring difficult terrain. While moving this way, any surface will support me, no matter how much I weigh. So I can run across water, lava, or even the thinnest tree branches.
Damn.
And I can ignore mechanical traps. What? This is awesome.
So this thing travels at 160 freaking miles a day. 150. No, that's 150 feet. Max speed. Yeah, that's 100. What is that? That's 180 miles a day. That's insane. It's a long way to go over a day.
Did we ever ask how long this thing can stay in the air?
I'm assuming it didn't have to dock. It doesn't take fuel. It's just magic.
Wow. Looking at this map, if it takes us 2 days to get to Ashburn, it should take us maybe about 10 to get the shirk.
Assuming we don't stop off for places to.
Mm-hmm. Assuming we don't get fucking attacked by a fucking dragon or something. Knowing wholesale.
Okay, I mean, if we get attacked by a dragon, we're dead. Because dragons are like sea level 16 plus or whatever.
They could be
A baby dragon?
a baby dragon.
What? I ain't fighting no baby dragon. Y'all got pissed at me when I went and stabbed the baby owl bear in the back. Fight, baby dragon. Get out of here.
Oh yeah, carry companion would be pretty easy to make.
Okay, I'm back.
So,
Have you decided on how you're going to store your mounts and cart?
Is that what we were supposed to be discussing?
That was what you guys were discussing when I left.
I mounts. I think we should keep. Do we need the cart?
Yes, keep. It's a perfectly good cart that we can just throw in the cargo hold for now. Big deal.
Order.
If we need to get rid of it later, great. If we need firewood for something and we're in a pinch, great.
Fine.
Okay. Yes.
Also, just nice in a certain sense. If we want to hide the airship, we have a means of travel. Along with the set of animals, that looks a little more innocuous.
But to answer the question, yes, you can repel from the ship as well, when need be.
Can the ship like throw down a line and we like hook on and fly away into the sunset?
Oh, Sky.
In theory.
In practice, what is the role to survive that?
I will figure it out.
Thank you.
Yes. Skyhook.
For your guys' knowledge, the airship does about 25 miles an hour to 100 miles a day.
Damn. Okay.
So there is a limit.
I mean, if you want to get
Right.
spicy,
Repeat that.
25 an hour to 100 a day.
For what?
Travel. Your airship.
So based on that, it does need to recharge.
Yes. That is an 8-hour period. Well,
Is that something that typically the captain can just handle? We don't have to
Yeah.
like. Okay.
I'll tell you, similarly on when you guys are traveling across land, that is the approximates
I
for an 8-hour day, quote unquote. So if you set it up with a crew going round the clock, you can triple it. You just need to tell the captain what your desires or wishes are. So, are you all done with the airship and heading back to your lodging for the evening?
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need on the ship.
This thing looks cool as hell.
All right. You venture back towards lodging. What route are you taking? Give me an idea.
The route with the least number of chamber pot accidents.
You don't have to worry about that here.
And yet,
Are we going this way? We're going this way. Well, give me an idea.
by Lake Castle.
sure, by the castle.
Yeah.
Went around. Yep, that works for me. Let's do that.
All right. How are you traveling? Are you just walking, chatting with each other?
What? Yes?
Perfect.
Question mark? No, we're in dead silence.
Wait. Does this imply I finished running around?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I don't really have anything
You know what we should do, though?
pressing.
We should discuss what our plans are next.
Yes.
Because we still haven't done that.
At the inn, we can do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Muffinita does a 27 hit.
You bastard.
27.
Hit what? Oh,
and
sorry.
Ty goes to defense?
Yes.
Yes, a 27 hits.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage and roll me a fortitude, please.
Sorry, did I miss something?
No, he's being a dick.
I am.
Why do you think he was asking which route we were taking and which getting a marching order? Blood was in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Fortitude, you said?
Yes, please.
And 4 points of damage.
I now will take perceptions.
Okay, where are we, please?
You are right here. Right in this intersection.
Okay. Coming to or into?
Coming into.
Okay.
You're just
From the narrow path?
nope, the wide
like
path.
this-
You went around followed the castle around. The way you've been taking
okay.
mostly.
Okay.
None of you saw it, where it came from. But
What is it?
Israel, you hear the scamper of feet on rooftop.
Muffins?
Which-
isn't he? Oh.
Which
to the hearing.
direction?
You
And what was it, a bolt?
yes, a crossbow bolt.
Okay.
It's sticking in
Okay.
muffins or muffinita. You heard it from over here. You're not sure which way they
Okay.
scampered off.
Okay.
Does he tell us that he heard someone running on the roof?
I'll indicate. Yeah, I'll say that they're up on the roofs, and they're running in, this direction.
Are
You
we
know, running-
initiating turn-based mode here, or is it more
Nope.
freeform for now?
It's still freeform right now.
In that
Uh,
case,
I'll attempt to acrobat. Or scale.
They
Is there
are.
any easy method of
is.
scaling?
They are. It's 2-story buildings here, so it will require a climb check to get up. Or, yeah.
Okay.
There's enough footholds, but you're not moving quick to climb the building. And the few people that are on the street are now looking at you inquisitively.
Don't care.
Demirius, Muffinita, Alvaro?
So, sorry, what time of day are we in now?
It is dark.
It's after
Yes.
sundown?
Yep. Low light of the torches or the lamps in the street.
Are there any guards nearby?
Nope. You don't see any guards nearby.
I will follow Israel.
Do you pull the bolt out?
Oh, yes. I mean, did it hit and stick? Did it just
It hit and stuck. It's in you.
Okay, yeah, I will pull that out then. Never mind. I will not start climbing buildings.
You seem to be collecting a few of those.
Can I pull the bolt out without, like...
not going to cause any additional damage. Damage is done. It's not like it's barbed or anything.
All right, then I shall do so.
All right, Demarius, Avril.
I will. Sorry, just really quickly.
Okay,
I
go.
will pocket the bolt.
Right into the quiver.
My efficient.
That
No,
did
I don't
great.
have my efficient quiver with me. Why would I have got like? I only have my knife, Mr. Stabby, in the secret clothes compartment because we came from a thing from with the queen.
Are you okay? What happened?
Oh yeah, I should I
Yeah.
assumed we already disclosed that I have been shot by a bolt, but if not, then I shall do so.
I assume the perception check was high enough that we know a bolt struck you.
Yes.
We just don't know,
I know-
where
Yeah.
per se it came from.
And you had the only idea of hearing pitter patter feet.
Well,
But,
Does it look like? I know that Israel's climbing up the side. Does it look like there's an easier way to get up to the rooftops?
It does not.
Climb check.
should have had you throw me.
Should have. Can I? This is what happens if I do. No, stop that. Can I attempt to cast Bull Strength on myself so that I can, like, 1 foot, like, hoist Muffins and throw him up?
Yes.
Throw her up? Okay, I'll fervor swift action Bull Strength to throw Muffins up onto the roof.
Muffinita, are you going to cooperate with this?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Demarius with advantage.
But I mean, I can. Do I need to jump at all for this?
Nope, you're cooperating, so it's allowing.
Okay.
that's impressive.
I wanted
Wait,
it.
hold on.
Okay.
Question: can I jump at the apex of his throw? Because I can treat acrobatic skill checks made to jump as if I have a running start.
Give me a reflex to time it.
See, with Demiris, the advantage was already
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me the acrobatics check.
Yup.
Israel, you're about halfway up with your climb, and you just see, you hear a yup, and Muffinita go poof past you.
there.
Muffinita, you now land on these clay tiled shingles. The slope to these roofs aren't steep, so you're able to clamber up. Give me a perception. You see two figures well in distance. They're now this direction and vanishing down off the side of the building. Do you pursue?
Sorry. What are you pointing in? Oh,
Sorry.
on the map you're drawing.
Yeah.
I will call out to the others. Two people point out where and such, and then take off on the roofs to try and keep line of sight on them.
I will
and track them.
I will run on the ground.
Also run on the ground.
Israel, do you continue your climb or hop down to give chase on the ground?
I'm gonna continue my climb.
Give
I
me
haven't
an-
stopped climbing when this is all happening, so.
Give me another climb check. All right. By the time you make it to the top, Muffinita is... I'm assuming you're going to jump from these roofs, Muffinita, to the next set.
Yep.
All right, give me a acrobatics. You see Muffinita making the jump as you make it up.
Okay. I'll proceed to follow.
All right. Your movement speed is 30, correct?
Yep.
All right. You're lagging just a little behind Muffinita, so I'll need an acrobatics from you as well. Thank you. All right. I assume Demirius and Avril, you're running like this,
Yes.
or are you going to go this way? Which way do you want to go?
It was indicated towards the castle.
Right? It was like indicated
Yep,
between like
they
one
went
and
down
two.
here.
Part of me wants to like sort of split, and like one person goes here and then one person goes like this direction. But I feel like, gosh. All right, quick decision. I will head towards this area, this corner of the castle.
Okay. Avril?
I'm going with Demirius. I'm not splitting.
Copy. All right. Muffinita, you make it here. Give me a perception. You guys make it here? Avril and Demirius?
Yeah.
You guys can give me a perception as well. Neither of you spot anyone standing out in a shady runaway fashion. Muffinita, you don't seem to keep track of where they went. And about that point, Israel, you show up on Muffinita's heels.
Do I see any signs of recent footprints in the ground?
You do not.
Damn.
Anything from that, or?
Not from the point that when you got to that ledge.
All right, well, then we'll try. And they hop down?
That's what the indication was given to you.
I'll go down.
Okay. I assume you climb down?
Unless you think I can acrobatically get down.
Not safely.
Yeah. That's the whole point of having them.
Give me a climb check, please.
I know.
Okay.
I got you.
You climb on down
Fine.
safely. Muffinita, do you follow?
I cast Featherfall on myself and jump down.
You glide down safely. At this point, Demiris and Avril, look in this direction. You see your compatriots climbing and floating down.
All right, and then I will do a survival.
You don't pick up any tracks.
Did you guys see anything?
I saw them run down. By the time I got here, I lost them.
Is there any
There's
open?
two of them.
Was there any open windows on our way down?
Not that you noticed.
I have some additional information, but not to be talked about here in the streets.
Yeah, if anything, it's just exposing us to be shot at again. I would expect more guards in the capital, but I guess they're busy.
We're not too far from the inn. If you guys want to head back that way, I will look around some more and at the roofs. Try and
You want to do that without backup? You've already been shot once.
Sorry, need to hear myself think. Israel and I can shadow you two, make sure we're not being followed, or if we are, maybe,
Lure them out.
yeah. But
Sure
I think we head in for the night. Definitely want to stand guard. And then tomorrow, we, I guess, just don't waltz around, but we're leaving soon. Maybe the troubles won't follow us for once.
Well, the earliest we can leave is the evening.
I'll just have to make
But
sure we go
we
out
can-
anywhere in pairs or as a group.
Yeah.
I think just as a group, we shouldn't split up at all. If we've got people taking shots at us in the city,
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm thinking in a certain sense we should probably, yeah.
I'll
Right.
reach out and heal you for the damage that you took, Mafanita.
thank you.
All right. So the two that are stealthing it and perceiving, I need rolls, please.
Well, that could have gone better. That could have really gone better. Jeez.
So there's stealth. I'll go to.
Okay.
Quick time check.
We're at that wrap up point. So we'll be wrapping up in probably a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, you're right on that perception. That could have literally you could have rolled any other number and it'd be better.
You make it back to the inn and into the inn. I assume you go back to your room.
Are you asking or making the statement?
I'm making a statement.
Okay.
You're back in your room.
Well, I mean, we can do dinner, right? All we've had is lunch.
Yeah, you can do dinner.
Wow, I really am the person who just eats.
Yeah.
Anyhow, about that dinner.
Out that dinner. You look like you could use a beer.
All right.
Let's stuff our faces and then probably go, and I guess we'll have a guard order.
You eat down in the inn itself, or you take your food back to the room?
Ooh, yeah, maybe we do that.
Yeah.
All right. They get your meals orders, and do you wait for the meals, or do you have them bring it up, room service style?
I'm not ordering a meal for one. I've got travel rations.
I mean, I'll wait. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just kind of keep an eye on people in the inn.
All right. Takes about 10 minutes, and if you order an ale, they supply it right away. In 10 minutes, your food's brought out, and you're able to be on your way.
Off to the room.
Once in the safety of the room, door locked. What do you discuss?
Well, I will tell them that I recognize the crossbow bolt as being from the Geira Empire.
The what?
It's the continent or landmass to the west. Is it Jaira?
I always pronounce it Geira.
Jaira?
Geira.
Oh my god! It's the Jira Empire! Atlassian
Oh
has
my
come
God.
for us!
God, no.
File a ticket, damn you!
Yera?
I'm sorry, you
Sorry.
said to the west of us?
West of our... Yes, it's west of Elsad, even.
Oh my god, everything is to the west of us.
Technically, there could be stuff to the east, depending on, where on the Klein bottle we're on. But...
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
On the initial map, literally anything that's not directly north of us is west of us.
It's west of Elsad's landmass, which is a continent with 3 different. There's a principality on there, and something to the north that starts with a B. Bells, Bellovalia. It's not zoomed in a lot.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's fairly far away in
Then
comparison to where we.
Why are they here? And why? Now, why you? Like, of the 4 of us, there are easier targets to hit than you.
That's a good question.
Huh.
Strange.
Sense motive.
No, I'm lying. We're all the same size.
What are you sense motivating?
That's a good question.
If you think it's a bad question, you can just say so. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings.
No, Muffinita's saying that's a good question, as if they don't know. I want to sense motive. They recognize where the bolt is from,
but have no idea why. I think it's what he's trying to get at.
And we also know the least about Muffinita.
And coming from you, that's saying something.
Hey, no, come on now. It's easy for him to remember that he forgot.
The easiest thing to remember, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. You're lying, probably, but I wouldn't know. I suppose that comes down to, in a certain sense, is... Yeah, if you do know and are not telling, then I guess you have to make a bluff.
I'm assuming there's typing going on as we're riffing.
Tic-tac, tic-tac.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to do a bunch because I'm also trying to take notes here.
Oh no, I figured I'm opening up on a can of worms.
There is stuff between the lines that are not being said currently. You're not getting the full truth.
I'm curious, Muffinita, how do you recognize so easily that these bolts are from this country? Kingdom, whatever the fuck.
Gira. Gira. That's how I would say it. Not J. Because the E would make the G sound G. I think that's how I'd... It's either that or it's J-era.
Arrows are kind of my thing.
I mean, technically these are bolts, but...
Yeah.
Even I remember that.
I don't use a crossbow now, but
Well, I won't pry, but it seems should we make our way to Shirk, we will inevitably have to find our way through the Kingdom of Gira. And if there is something waiting for us that we should be aware of, I feel it is prudent that said conflict should become made come to light before we arrive.
I have never stepped foot in that country.
Okay.
In fact, until I went to Ashburn, I'd never even left the village I grew up in.
But then how would you... And why would they...
Because I know you didn't read it in a book, Muffin.
That's a
How
good
would I
point.
know what? That this arrow is from the
A country you've never been to?
I told you, arrows, this is my thing. This is what I've trained to do.
In your village.
These weapons, yes.
That you've never left.
Yes.
Well, what is your village?
Let me look it up in the friggin'... Do I need to answer that? Because I need to scroll super far back in Discord. Wholesale, do you have it handy?
I'm looking for it right now.
Oh god, there's so much. Because this is where I post all the friggin' recaps, guys. Scrolling for days. Where are we now? Well, we're in April of last year. Some loot
Usha.
postings.
SHA. Yeah.
Oh shit! Sorry. I take back what I said. I'm actually from Gera.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that. I thought I was on the other continent. No, I am from a podunk village in Gera. My bad. I thought I sailed from somewhere else. Look, it's been... Okay, in my defense, this was from September 27th, 2022. So it's been a while, all right? Since I have to remember where I came from.
Not so easy to remember, is it?
Got a touch of Demirius.
That's not my character, it's me. I am the one who forgot.
That's what I'm saying. You got a touch of Demirius, Muffins.
Anyhow, so to answer you properly, I am from Gera, but I grew up in a small town, so I can't imagine why I would be the target.
You
Specifically, I think
imagine-
they're probably after us as a collective.
how would they... I guess how would they know?
Maybe they don't, and they're just like hired operatives.
I
guess maybe we're reading too much into it.
An assassination at this time of day in this part of the country doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot that doesn't make sense about this. I agree.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at the
I mean,
very
we
least,
don't-
some stuff that
We
didn't-
don't know what forces are going to be acting against us. We don't know who Ellie's master was. We don't know who her allies are. For all we know, the country of Gira is in line with Ellie, and she's hired them to attempt to assassinate us.
Also, this makes no sense. They shot once and left.
Yeah. Which is why I think it's more of sending a message.
Yeah.
Do you want to examine the bolt, Mafanito?
Yes, please. Perception?
You understand poisons, correct?
Um,
I'm not sure.
I'm trained in the use of poison and cannot accidentally poison myself.
I will take a knowledge nature. I will take appraisal. I will take perception. Will just tell you it's poison. You're trying to identify.
Ugh, I need to put a point into appraise. Keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Helpful to
nature.
me.
Is that was that a check call from Muffinita specifically?
There's my appraise. Oh, that's not a bad roll.
There you go.
I was going to give it to you with advantage. So if you want to do it, see if you get that nat 20. Go ahead.
Nope.
Okay. You are able to identify the poison. Oh, let
I
me
would
get
also
to my...
like to point out that Wholesale did not correct me about Geira, so he too did not remember. So
No, I did. I
Oh.
I thought something completely different.
You bastard. Oh, I could have been lying about. Yeah, you're right. Fair
Yep.
enough.
You identified as this. Check Discord.
I will volunteer. Oh, that's in my private. Yeah, I will volunteer that this is dimorphodin poison.
What is that?
More importantly, are you okay? Do you need antidote?
Just a scratch.
Speaking of such, give me another fortitude save.
If you die on me, I'm gonna kill you.
And this conversation has been going for a while, so just give me 3 back to back. I'm not going to...
That's +2 against poison, by the way.
Perfect. Oh yeah, there it is. I didn't even see that. Yep. Good to go. You do know that it is a poison that just wrecks the body and just drains your strength.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like much of an actual assassination attempt. So, your guess is as good as mine. Because I have questions.
You can't think of anything that might have gotten you specifically on the radar of this kingdom?
When I left, I wasn't fleeing anything. I don't know of any enemies, or, I mean, again, I grew up in a tiny village. Where, like, I'm pretty sure my immediate family was about 1/10 the population.
Alright, well. Should probably post watch tonight. Definitely watching you, because, like I said, if you die in the middle of the night, I'll be pissed.
I think I'll be fine. And yeah, I'm not trusting them in that they could maybe come back, whoever they were. So I think we should err on the side of caution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what order do you want to do it in?
Demiris is already putting his sleep cap on.
Like, yeah, guys, what order? I'm like already like halfway doffed my armor.
The usual.
Muffinita or Israel Muffinita and wrap up with Avril.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. How big is the room and how well could I hide in it?
It's big enough and you can duck into a dark corner easily.
Alright, do that.
But
And-
we don't need to worry too much about that. The night goes uninterrupted.
Oh, okay, fine, cool.
And,
It is now tomorrow.
and that's where we'll end.
Okay.
Alright, game saved.
Do. Cool.
Rude as hell.
Alright, you see those Muppets rocking down the street? Yeah, bet you I can hit one of them. I don't think you can. Watch.
I am going to bounce out of here wholesale. I would like to talk to you at some point about stuff.
Implied.
Implied.
Thank you.
GG's everyone.
Bye.
GG's.
Bye.
I'm like so behind in notes because I had to take part in so much conversation there. God damn it. Let me try and catch up on
Oh no, Muffinita story dump.